I think I'm gonna need another 10 months off after this video. Before we begin this video, I just want to give you a content warning for what I'm going to be calling 16, 18, and 19. I'll leave it to you to figure out what the code is. So, we're talking about Blogthegreatrogue. Yeah, that Blogthegreatrogue. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then please leave and keep your hold on to your innocence, please. You don't deserve this. But if you do know, then honestly, I don't really care what you do. But yeah, Blogthegreatrogue is one of the most disgusting creators I have ever heard of in the entire. Not one of the most disgusting Undertale creators, the most disgusting. And it's not even anything in real life. It's things that she's created. Like, not even separate the art from the artist. At this point, the art is the bad thing here. But, let's get into it, I guess. So, she... Actually, hold on, what's her gender? Yeah, female. So, yeah. We're gonna be covering 2 of her AUs today. And, only ever 2. Because that's all I can bring myself to cover. But, there's some pretty infamous ones. We're going to be covering PJ's Daycare and Nerd and Jock. If you know what those are, chances are that either you know why they're a problem, or you've just heard about them. And if it's the latter, leave. Now. Seriously, please leave. I beg of you. But, ultimately, I can't stop decisions, so, let's just continue this video, I guess. Let's do this. So, PJ's Daycare is an AU where Paper Jam, which... No, I should probably provide some context for who Paper Jam is. Actually, I should probably also provide context for Palette, since they're going to be 2 of the most important characters throughout this. So, Paper Jam and Palette are both allegedly... not even allegedly, actually, the ship children of Error Sans and Ink Sans. And, oh, by the way, I just need to mention something about that. There's also another one called Gradient, and, people actually ship those 2 together. So, great. First of all, not only do we have a 9 ship of... we have a 9 ship of Gradient and Paper Jam, but those 2 are the ship child of 2 people who are all based off of one person. What is this world we're living in? But anyways, let's just get on to. But yeah, they're both the ship children of Error and Ink Sans. Just providing a bit of context for who they are. So, yeah, let's get into PJ's Daycare. So, in this AU, Paper Jam takes care of a preschool full of other Sans AUs, including Ink and Error. Yes, Ink and Error's parents are actually... Paper Jam's parents are actually younger than him, but in this AU, but... he's not canonically their son in this AU, so it's fine. In fact, they actually have a solution for this. The creators of the AUs are the parents. For instance, with Swap Sans, he was created by Popcorn Prince. So Popcorn Prince is his parent. Which, honestly, it could work. I mean, like, it's not the most brilliant idea out there, but it could, theoretically, it could be good. It's not good. So we've got two main things to cover, alright? So, let's start with the first one. So, there's an AU out there called Fresh Sans. He's basically the typical 90s cool dude, and also a literal parasite. cover him more in an Underverse video in the future. But anyways, this version, who keep in mind is like 5 at most, like maybe close to somewhere around like 3 maybe, is seeking out Paper Jam, who is 25 romantically. Yeah, and that sounds like something that, like, you might be thinking like, oh, so they're gonna teach him, like, there's a difference between what he's feeling, which is likely parental love, and actual, like, romantic love, right? No! Nobody teaches him that. Fresh wants to marry PJ, and PJ at the start is like, no, we're not doing this. And then after that, he's like, oh, when you grow up, then we'll get married, which is literally 7ing Fresh. If you still don't understand this, figure out what these may align with that could, and what could the result of that be that aligns with, the thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? Ugh. But, yeah. Anyways, back on track. So, yeah, throughout the series, there is at least one occasion where Paper Jam is confused with being a 16 due to this quote-unquote relationship with Fresh. And he actually gets, like, nearly arrested because of that. And, honestly, like, this is meant to be taken as a joke, which, first problem is, it's meant to be taken as a joke. We're literally joking about 16 stuff to kids. Why? But, the other thing is that it's not that out of the question they being arrested, because he literally is a 16. He's literally 7ing Fresh. That is problematic. But, anyways, moving on from this issue, we move on to something even worse. Shaming someone for a 19. Yes, if you've been following along with this little code of mine, that's right. Anyways, let's do this. So, Error falls sick at the daycare, and, yeah, he's, not really waking up. Don't worry, he's alive, for those of you who care. But, anyways, PJ actually has to take her to the hospital because he won't wake up. But, yeah, this kind of gets Gino Sans, that one, into a bit of a depression, which, that's fine. If you want to, like, cover this topic and how to help kids with depression, that's fine. Do it. But Blogthegreatrogue goes and screws it up. Alright, here we go. So, in response to this and some other things that I've forgotten about, Geno goes and tries 219. And, trying to, and you wanna know how Paper Jam reacts to this? And how everyone else just reacts to this?
No way! Geno! What do you think you're doing?
Excuse me, but what the actual hell is this? Geno is literally trying to do some very bad things, and this is how you react? This is how you try to discourage him from doing this? What is wrong with you? Like, this is the kind of stuff that gets people to do this kind of stuff. They already think they're overreacting, and, like, saying this kind of stuff, you might as well just push them. Oh my god. Ugh. Well, look, this is a horrible way to portray this kind of stuff. I haven't gone through it, but I just know because I am a basic human being with basic human being common sense that this is not how you treat this kind of behavior. You comfort the person who's about to do some stuff. You don't scold them for doing this. What is wrong with you? Oh my god. I mean, everything turns out fine in the end, sure, but this is just disgusting. But, now we can finally move on from PJ's daycare and get to something even worse. I'm just brimming with excitement, aren't you? Oh my god, how am I gonna survive? Well, let's just get this over with. Nerd and Jock. Ever heard of it? If you haven't, good. Keep it that way. Leave this video if you haven't already. If you have, stick around, I guess. Either way, I can make you leave. But I do strongly recommend it, because we're about to get into some very serious topics here. Specifically, 18 and it being encouraged. That's right. That's right. You didn't hear me wrong. Let me just get into this. So, this AU follows a bunch of Sans AUs in a high school setting. And, yeah. It honestly doesn't sound like too terrible of a concept at first. Like, not the best concept, much like PJ's daycare, but it could work theoretically. But, also much like the PJ's daycare, they go and screw it up. What is wrong with you, blog? Well, let's get into the big event. So, we're going to be following two AUs, Palette and Goth. I'm not sure what Goth's whole deal is, but it's probably related to the name. And not Paper Jam, Palette. Oh wait, I already said Palette, sorry. But yeah, I already said what Palette's deal is earlier in the video. He's one of Error and Ink's children. Which, by the way, how did they have kids? One, they're both guys, and two, they're skeletons. How does that even work? I mean, they're fictional skeletons made out of magic, so I guess I shouldn't question it. But, let's do this already. Let's get this out of the way. So, in this series, Palette... Wait, no, it's the other way around. Goth has feelings for Palette. Actually, no, it goes both ways. And, from my video a few while ago, you already know my feelings on Sans X Sans. But, let's just put that grievance aside, because, this is even worse. But, yeah. Eventually, after not really saying anything or being rejected, I forgot which one it is, Goth, quote-unquote, snaps and decides to 18 Palette. Oh my god. Like, sure. If you want to address this, much like the whole situation with Gino and the whole 19 thing, if you want to address that, that's fine. As long as it's done tastefully and carefully, that is fine. That's something that is allowed to be addressed. But once again, the way Blog handles this is just awful. Fast forward a bit after the incident, we see Goth about to go N19. Yeah, we're coming right back to this. And yeah, this time the way that she handled the 19 is the better way. It's a better subject that's handled. And you want to know how this whole thing is resolved? Palette not only forgives Goth, which honestly, if I were in his shoes, that's something I don't think I'd ever be able to do, even if it was my best friend, but excuses it because Palette wanted it anyway. What? Are you actually kidding me? What made you think this was okay, Blog? Please, explain this to me. What made you think that this was okay? And Pal's all like, oh my god, it's not like I never wanted to do it with you. Oh, I'm glad you were the one to take my virginity, Goth. Oh, yeah, we're just gonna ignore the fact that he 18'd you then, huh? Or are we just gonna do that, huh? Look, I'm thinking of stories that I could write. Like, I'm working on stories right now. And this is a disgrace to all writing. Blog. Why, Blog? Why would you do this? Oh my god. You are doing everything wrong when it comes to tackling these sensitive subjects. When it comes to the 16, you're making it seem like a good thing. With the 19, you're making it seem like it's something to be scolded. And with the 18, you are making it seem like it's okay because the other person who was 18 had feelings for the person who 18'd them. What is wrong with you? Oh my god, why? This really hurts my little writer brain. And, you want to see her response to this? Fine. Let's go through her response. I ain't fazed by any of this, especially after 2016. A lot of poor souls who used to be on Tumblr talk about their younger selves on YouTube and how they just wanted to draw a proportion, obviously deprived from reality, poop for poops and giggles, and how they got beaten to a pulp for it. That weird, obviously non-realistic poop always finds a way to become something political to these people. Like, are y'all proud of yourselves for almost ruining these people's lives just because they drew things they didn't like? Hell, most of them were kids when they first joined Tumblr. I was lucky I was an adult when I joined the internet. What a wonderful world we'll live in if we mind our own goddamn business. Like, help around by excluding actual freaks from yours and your friends' circles instead of caring about your precious character that doesn't need a lawyer or your so-called protection. I'm not saying again to weird out and norm things. Always stay away from what's uncomfortable to you, of course. But, like, if you unfortunately see it, scroll past that poop. And for most things, I agree with that last bit. Like, if you see something you don't like, scroll past it. Unless it's normalizing things like 18 or 16. Jeez. Way to defend yourself. Just say, oh, ignore me ruining children's development. I'm such a quirky girl. Shut up. Alright, back to the good crap on this lovely site. Apparently I came across a rant about me. I love that stuff. Crap on me all you want, but when you're calling me gross crap and spreading some misinformation out of your butt, that's a big oof right there. I'm not going to directly respond to your post, because if I do, I'm some bad thing who considers themselves my fans will attack that person. I don't want that crap. Let's begin. Oh, before we do, I'm not going to spend on to any of the allegations coming out of other reviews like Little Jamie Hood or Vampire vs. Jamie's Love and Nerd Jock, because those were never supposed to have plots. They aren't supposed to go anywhere story-wise. It's not for the sake of representation or reality. They never intended to normalize anything in them. But they did! None of my drawings are supposed to send a message or teach a moral. But they did! It's just crap post shippings. They all just center around shippings and NSFW smut. You know, there is a fanfiction out there where Sonic bricks every Nintendo character. Don't know if those are the exact words. I am taking all these from a Streamline Workshop video. By the way, link in the description of that video. It's way better than this. But, even the Game Grumps reacted to it. And they thought it was dumb and hilarious. Imagine if someone could play about the realism and normalizing problems of that fic. How stupid would that be? Yeah. Almost as stupid as normalizing very bad things and then thinking that you're the good guy. Or girl, in this case. Funny how that works out, isn't it, Blog? In Invader Zim, you dare bring that show into this. That show is brilliant and I will defend it until the day I die. Moving on. The voice actors of both Zip Zim and Dib find the ship of their characters funny and even joke about it and tease fans about it in cons. A ship between a bazillion-year-old alien and an 11-year-old kid. I'm not into that ship. In fact, I hate it, but I never ruin people's lives or call them gross things over it. Well, that's because they weren't promoting that kind of stuff. They weren't actively endorsing it. They were making fun of it and teasing people about it. They weren't actively supporting it like you were with your paper fresh BS. They're not the same thing, blog. But anyways, for real this time, on to what she said about PJ's daycare, because I consider that the only thing that's not about shippings or smut, and also the only thing that has a plot, simple as it may be. Yeah, real simple, isn't it? You know, what they said in their post in blah blah is in bold text and double quotation marks, and the simple text is what I respond. The premise of PJ's daycare was largely that an adult paper jam, 20s, I think 25, ran a daycare for 1 to 5-year-olds with the help of young teenagers, 12 to 13, 15 to 16. Goth, palette, blue screen, and gradient. Goth also tried to commit. Oh, there's 2 attempts, okay. In this one, after believing Pal rejected his advancements. No 18 occurred here. I think Pal just didn't respond after Goth confessed romantic feelings for him. Alright, talking about PJ's daycare now. First of all, Goth and Pal are the only teenagers in this AU. Blue screen and gradient are adults. Second, what are you talking about? Goth never wanted to do bad things because Pal didn't take him. The one that wanted to do that was Jano. Oh, okay, good. So there's only 1 attempt at 16. Oh, wait, no, 19. Very good. Way better, right? Anyways, the thing about Gino is that he believes he's an adult and that he's better than the other kids because he thinks like one. And so that makes him trying to commit 19 something worth scolding? This is your response to trying to make you seem better? What is wrong with you? You need to fire your entire PR team. I also don't get one because I don't think anyone's going to be willing to work for you. He wanted to join his brother Gino in that place up there because he thought that's the only way. But Error wasn't dead. After preventing him from doing bad things, PJ tells Gino that he's wrong and no adult nor child should do that. I agree. No adult or child should be driven to that point. But scolding them is not the solution. How do you not see that? Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Like, I agree with that last bit. No adult nor child should have to be driven to the point where they 19. That is a bad thing and it needs to be stopped. But that is not the way to do it. The way to do it is to help the victims and get the victims actual professional help instead of scolding them. Oh my god, this is meant to make you seem good. This honestly just makes you worse seeming. Kids in PJ's daycare include a young Error, Ink, Fresh, Lust, Fell Sands, and Swap Sands. Lust's attitude, demeanor, and personality had not changed, despite him being 3 years old, so we have a naughtily proactive 3-year-old in this AU. Fun! No. Lust just is a younger version of his AU counterpart like everyone else. And like everyone else, what he normally does in his AU is nerfed for the sake of being a kid, so in PJ's daycare he just likes throwing kisses. Why did you have to make it weird? Come on, you're the one making this stuff weird! Fresh, I believe, was either 3, 4, or 5, and was constantly hitting on / flirting with the adult paper jam, and even stalked him outside the daycare. Really? Never saw a kid like an adult? Well, I never saw the kid stalk the adult. The cute thing about that is that the adult could say, "Oh, that's nice, honey." And that's cute because the adult does not reciprocate the same feeling to that kid. It would be gross or wrong if they don't love them back, but that's not the case. But it's probably even worse that you're endorsing it. Like, sure, you're not verbally saying that they like them back or anything, but you're entertaining the idea and you're encouraging it. Blue Screen, an Airberry combination character by Seven Good Angel and Askin Fresh. Sorry, this image is slightly deep fried. And Gradient, an Eric creation combination character by Ask Combo Club, were transformed by Rouge into ship kids of their respective combos, which made them half-brothers, who were then shipped together. Wait, what? Oh my god, and I thought this was bad enough with Sans Papyrus. Oh my god, oh, why are we back to this? I thought we escaped this in the shipping video. Another one who didn't bother to know what the whole universe of PGJ cares around the fact that the creators are the parents of those characters. And since Blue Screen and Gradient are not created by the same people, they're not related here. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Like, hold on a sec. I need to look up who these people are. I'll be back after a minute. Alright, I'm guessing that what they're saying is that some of these creators are related. Like, for instance, maybe Seven Good Angel and Ask Combo Club are related to each other in some way. Like, not saying that's definitely the case, but maybe that's what this person is implying. In which case, they are related. Look, again, I don't care what you ship as long as you're treating it correctly and not shoving it in other people's faces, dying or otherwise, but as a result of this, a ton of minors in this fandom are now desensitized to these sort of ships. Look, I never believed in fiction getting into reality. I just have such a thick line between fiction and reality that I never paid any mind to what I was drawing, and normally everyone else should, but apparently not. Like I said before, I ain't sorry just because you don't feel comfy one for you with weird H ropes. The only thing I'm sorry about is that I didn't know how to keep minors from seeing my NSFW art. You didn't believe in fiction bleeding into reality. But the thing is, it has. Have you seen how creepypastas have affected some kids? Trust me, I saw a short documentary on it, and it's not good. Fiction does bleed into reality. Oh my god, oh my god. Look. I'm just done with this. Blogthegreatrogue, you are one of the most disgusting storytellers I've seen in recent times. I can't take this anymore. Goodbye.